An Instagram influencer slapped an 81-year-old disabled Navy veteran in a shopping mall parking lot, not knowing that 30 bikers from the Iron Eagles motorcycle club were watching from inside. The punk was filming everything for his followers when he shoved Commander James Harrison to the ground. James was a Vietnam War veteran with a Purple Heart who'd lost his leg in combat 50 years ago. He just needed a handicapped parking spot. He'd politely asked 3 young men to move from the space where he had a legal permit to park. That's when everything went wrong. "Should have kept your mouth shut, old man," the punk screamed while filming. His name was David Chun. "It's gonna make me go viral." 10 million views mean sponsorships. His 2 friends laughed and filmed from different angles. Probably tells everyone he was a war hero, but really just sat behind a desk. James tried to remain calm despite the pain shooting through his prosthetic leg. "Please, son. I just need to park." His voice was weak, shaking. "What's wrong, Grandpa? Scared of a young guy like me?" David continued, his phone camera capturing everything. He shoved James hard. James fell to his knees, his prosthetic leg buckling. He hit the concrete hard. His hand started bleeding. David slapped James across the face. Hard. The sound echoed through the parking lot. "Say something. Give me content." His friends cheered, laughing at the old man's pain. David kicked James's walking cane across the parking lot. "Can't stand up now?" He raised his hand to slap James again. But what David didn't know was that 30 members of the Iron Eagles were inside that mall, having their monthly meeting. They'd seen everything through the glass doors. Every shove, every slap, every kick. 5 of those bikers had served in Vietnam with James. One was Tank, the club president. Tank had served with James for 9 years. They'd been brothers in combat. Tank stood up. "Brothers," he said, his voice deadly calm. "We have a situation outside." The mall doors exploded open. 30 bikers walked out in perfect military formation. They didn't run. They marched. Boots hitting pavement in perfect rhythm. Boom, boom. Leather vests covered their chests. Patches reading Iron Eagles MC, Navy veteran, Vietnam. Purple Heart stood out clearly. These were warriors. Combat veterans. Tank's voice cut through the air. "You just made the worst mistake of your life, boy." David looked up. His smile disappeared. He was completely surrounded. 30 massive, angry men formed a perfect circle. No escape. "Yo, chill," David said nervously, his voice cracking. "It's just a prank for Instagram. It's content." "A prank?" growled Hammer, one of the largest bikers. "You just assaulted an 81-year-old disabled Navy veteran?" David's 2 friends ran to their car, abandoning him. James raised his hand weakly, blood dripping. "Please, brothers. No violence." But the bikers weren't listening. They were focused on David like wolves. "Delete the video," Tank commanded. "Right now." "No way," David protested. "This is my content. This is going to get millions of views." Snake, another biker, pulled out his phone. David Chun, 4.2 million Instagram followers. Known for aggressive prank videos targeting vulnerable people. Previous videos include pushing a homeless veteran into a fountain, destroying a disabled child's wheelchair, mocking elderly people. David's face went pale. David tried to run. He made it 4 steps before Crusher clotheslined him to the ground. Hard. "My camera," David screamed. "That's a $25,000 camera." "Now it's junk," Tank said, stomping on it. Crunch. The lens shattered into pieces. David pulled out his phone frantically. "I'm calling the cops." "This is assault." "Go ahead," Tank said calmly. "Tell them how you assaulted an 81-year-old disabled Navy veteran on camera. Tell them everything. We'll wait." David's finger froze. He couldn't make the call. James struggled to his feet with help from Kyle, a younger biker. James limped over to where David lay terrified. "Young man," James said, his voice stronger now. "Do you know why I came here today?" David shook his head. I came to visit the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall inside this mall. I come every month for 50 years. Do you know who I came to honor today? Lieutenant David James Morrison, James said, tears forming. We called him Dave, my best friend, my brother. We served together for 9 years in Vietnam. He died in my arms, saving my life when I was 31. He was only 23, same age as you. The bikers stood in respectful silence. Some had known David Morrison. A grenade landed in our foxhole, James continued. David threw himself on it without hesitation. He saved 7 of us that day, 7 men who got to come home. 7 men who got to have families because David chose to die. Tank removed his sunglasses. I was one of those 7 men. His last words were telling me to live a good life for both of us, James said, his voice breaking. He made me promise. And I've tried every single day for 50 years to honor that promise. David couldn't meet his eyes. You share his first name, David, James said. But you share none of his character. David Morrison died for something meaningful. You hurt people for likes. I'm sorry, David mumbled. No, you're not, James said firmly. You're just scared. You're sorry you got caught. Tank stepped forward. Here's what's happening. You're going to delete every video where you hurt someone. Every single one. That's my entire career, David protested. Then start deleting, Razor said coldly. David's hands shook as he deleted videos. One by one. The homeless veteran push, deleted. The wheelchair destruction, deleted. The nursing home mockery, deleted. My career is over, David whined. Your career was built on hurting people, Snake said. That's not a career. That's cruelty. Now you're making a new video, Tank commanded. Apologize to James. Apologize to every person you pranked. Admit what you did. No way, David refused. Hammer lifted David off the ground with one hand. Want to reconsider? Okay, I'll do it. He made the video right there, shaking, crying, admitting everything and apologizing to James. James surprised everyone. I forgive you, he said simply. What? Why? David was shocked. I've seen too much real violence to hold on to hate, James explained calmly. I've watched my best friend die. Your prank doesn't compare to war, but forgiveness doesn't mean you escape justice, Tank said, pulling out his phone. Tank called the police. Chief Martinez? We got someone who assaulted an 81-year-old disabled Navy veteran on camera. Multiple witnesses. Video evidence. Within minutes, police arrived. David was arrested for assault, elder abuse, and battery. Before they put him in the car, James had one final message. You wanted to go viral, David? You're about to become famous for all the wrong reasons. Your face, your name, your crimes. The whole world will see who you really are. The video exploded online. Instagram influencer attacks Navy veteran. Gets destroyed by bikers. 50 million views in 2 weeks. David's face was everywhere. His mugshot became a meme. His remaining followers abandoned him. Sponsors pulled deals. His Lamborghini was repossessed. He got 180 days in jail and 3 years probation. His Instagram was permanently banned. But James's story went viral for the right reasons. People learned about his Purple Heart, his sacrifice, his annual memorial visits. Donations poured in over $250,000 in 3 weeks. James donated every penny to homeless veterans. The Iron Eagles made James an honorary member. They gave him a vest with patches reading Navy Veteran and protected by the Iron Eagles. Every Veterans Day since, James rides with them in a special sidecar they built for him. 6 months later, David approached James at the memorial. No designer clothes, no camera, just genuine remorse. Mr. Harrison, David said quietly, I wanted to apologize properly this time. James studied him. Why now? I met a Vietnam vet in jail. He told me what you guys really went through. David pulled out an envelope with $8,000 cash. I've been working 3 jobs. It's for the Homeless Veterans Fund. James's eyes misted. This shows growth. My friend David would approve. David broke down crying. Can you tell me about him? The other David. For 2 hours, James told stories about Corporal David Morrison. About courage, sacrifice, and brotherhood. I'll try to honor his name better, David promised. That's all anyone can do, James said. Tank and the Iron Eagle still protect James at every event. They started a program teaching young people about respecting veterans. They call it the David Morrison Honor Initiative, named after the hero, not the fool. David Chun volunteers for the program now. He tells his story as a warning. He always ends with the same line. I slapped a hero and got slapped by karma. The Brotherhood doesn't forget. They don't forgive easily. But when they do, it changes lives. If you believe bikers are the good people, subscribe to this channel and show us your support.